So I am. This is where I'm going to drop. Probably. No, I'm going to try and do it without. Okay, so if you're watching my content, if you're watching this, if you happen to stumble upon it, etc., I found myself in this wonderful position, possibly, where I can actually bring musical minds together, people that actually run and operate nights and have done for many years. And in terms of collaboration, coming together, not just, in my opinion, at this stage, for, I want to be careful on this, I want to be able to facilitate some absolutely banging nights. I'm not there myself to profiteer from it, but I will allow others to profit the way that they see fit. That's fine. And I'm not here to judge anybody on doing that. Everybody's got to earn a living. But yeah, what I am seeing in amongst my social networks is a lot of people within the musical industry, or music industry, particularly these are like rave. I'm going to say dance, but rave culture, who have similar current opinions and views that they share alongside their music. And so I have, and it seems to have been well taken. Hopefully, put a couple of people in contact with a couple of people, and maybe something will come of that. If it does, that's wonderful. And damn right, I'll be there. I would love to be able to shape any of those collaborations to a degree, in terms of anything. But that said, I think I will just leave that space and allow it to be, and hopefully I've done what needs to be done. But in terms of collaboration, and this is going out to each and every one of you, I think personally it would be awesome if we, I'm using it in the royal term, could come together to actually, I keep on banging on about it, but spread an envelope of all of those positive things which we talk about: love, peace, cooperation, collaboration, cooperation, teamwork, team building, coming together right now, etc. And pushing an envelope to everybody, each and everybody, and saying to each and everybody, hey, look, come, listen, gather, enjoy the product, but take form from that product and give them something. And I don't know whether that's going to take creating new work. Okay. I don't know whether that's going to be somebody coming online or coming on board and saying, hey, people, listen up, please. You know, we've gone too far down this path. We've gone too far down that path. We need to stop. We need to look. We need to listen. And I know that's very sort of like cliche on the Green Cross Code, etc., etc., etc. And I know I'm now trying to spit bars, and that's not what I'm about. But it's that. How do I put it? How do I? Because this is where I'm going to people that maybe have or can spit bars and can produce lyrics, because there are so many things that need to be said and quickly. You know, one of the things which frustrates me about language is we don't necessarily have the terminology in order to be able to quickly and efficiently put forward an entire module, an entire picture. Maybe we can only express an element. Maybe we can only sort of like begin to push forward an envelope, and even that envelope, you know, what's inside. In order to be able to basically continue, because I mean, I'm not saying that we haven't been there, and when I say we, again in the royal term, we haven't been there trying to push that love, light, positivity, trying to say, hey, look, come on, guys, we've only got one life, etc., etc., etc. Don't mean to fucking panic you, but alarm bells ringing. If we don't do something soon, we're going to end up in a fucking stew kind of scenario. All right, without it being negative, depressing, but although there's place for that, right? Absolutely, right. But in terms of the EDM sorry, EDM. I'm using that as a catch-all. In terms of the basically the rave culture, don't get me started. Man, okay, I've started, so I'll finish. It really pickles my Gulliver beyond belief that I live in a society where we have banned pretty much in its entirety what used to be raves. Like, I was not a rave goer. I'm going to be honest. I used to listen to music on my personal stereo. I was pretty sheltered, etc., etc., etc. I hit the scene in the nightclubs. Fucking had some brilliant fucking nights as a result. But that's not to say that in my latter years, I've not been to festivals. I've not been to free parties, etc. Not as much as I'd like, you know. Um, I hate living in a society though where we have lost that freedom to just create a party. I mean, yeah, that's what we're looking at. And that to me speaks volumes. The very fact that that was clamped down on so heavily. Excuse me. And speaking frankly, I'm off on one. I said I shouldn't get started, but quite frankly, a lot of that I think was put under the guise of they're all using drugs. And it's like, well, yeah, no shit. Do you think that people not going to raves are just going to stop doing drugs, or do you think that and that's very much sitting in line with the kind of like notion of, and I'm not saying that anybody that I'm speaking about in terms of collaboration has anything to do with that nonsense, right? But we seem to live in a world where those who don't or haven't or wouldn't are dictating to us that we shouldn't, should not. That's in line with drugs. The trouble is everything, literally everything has a follow-on topic in my estimation. Right. So back to the gathering. Does it not strike you that one of the reasons they didn't want people to gather is because they didn't want people to unionize? They didn't want people to collaborate. They didn't want people to actually stand up and say, no, enough's enough. You want to protest like you've never seen. You want to understand the actual power that the people should have. Is that what makes you fearful in Westminster, in the Kremlin, I can't think of any other political institutions, White House, for example? Is that what makes the billionaires fucking tremble? It's because if you were to say get for one weekend 2,000 people, pretty much like Glastonbury, and then you have the likes of, and this is what I'm going to do, a name drop, Kneecap. No, it wasn't Kneecap though, was it? It was bloody what's his name? Why does it escape me when I want it? Oh, damn it. If it doesn't come quickly, then I don't want to Google it because then it's not fucking organic. But we end up with the person before Bob Villain, right? Bob Villain could be fucking Johnny Rotten. That's the problem, is I got fucking PIL in my fucking head, right? And I'm there thinking to myself, I can't think of anything else other than John Lydon. No offense meant to him, and I do have a lot of respect actually for him. I mean, I can pretty much see the mannerisms, characteristics, etc., 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 because actually there is a certain amount of what he says that actually still fucking stands true. Anyway, coming back to Bob Villain, punk, yeah, not necessarily the traditional fucking idea of punk, but anyway, and the deaf to the deaf, I can't hear, deaf to the what was it again, the IDF as a concept. And that fucking, did you watch the establishment go? Because but then also notably the fact that the media did pick up on that, and a lot of it parroted it as how disgusting and it's a crime, etc., 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 right? And yet another part of the media were like, well, yeah, defending, rightly so, because again, it should be freedom of speech, freedom of expression. I don't think for one moment that Bob Villain was actually standing up there wishing harm to any other human being. In fact, quite the fucking opposite. Right? I would imagine that Bob Villain was standing up there and being counted, and was I don't suppose that he went through the thought process if he actually wanted any death to any soldier or human being inside a soldier's uniform. He just wants, like a lot of us, an end to a genocide, as we understand it. Wants an end to suffering unnecessarily. And so he used his platform. And I'm not suggesting to those people that I'm suggesting collaboration to that we utilize platforms in order to be able to go, hey, look, tell you what, how about we've had enough of this and enough of that and enough of the other? How about we come together right now and fucking do something, right? I haven't necessarily got the words. I've not necessarily got the linguistic capabilities in order to be able to project something which actually is so fucking fundamentally important to me. And literally, I'm going to be here for maybe another 20, 30 years, and then I don't give a fuck, right? Because I'm going to go back to the fucking abyss. And it'll be, oh God, I've got cramps. And it's going to be bliss in the abyss, and oh my God, I've got fucking cramps. That said, how do we get to the point where it's like we can push a message and it needs to be, what is the message? Because it's not, from my point of view, it's not necessarily death, Jeff to the IDF. It's a peace, love, unity. Come on, push it forward. Peace, love, unity. Come on, push it forward. A peace, love, unity. Come on, push it forward. A peace, love, unity. Come on, push it forward. I don't know where to go from there. And that's just an idea. Peace, love, unity, conformity. No. Peace, love, unity. Something of that nature. Positivity. Positivity, life and vibes. Take it on with the. I don't know. And humour me, if you are watching this and you actually go, the other thing for me, I have at times wonderful fucking soundscapes in my mind that I would love to be able to put out there. I don't know how to. You know, when I go, yeah, it's not necessarily a hi hat, but it's that kind of. I can't think. Just put that there. It's not another word, so I'll create there. I'm gonna put down a beat, and I'm gonna cheesiest part, move my feet. There's anyway. That's me saying I don't want to be a celebrity at all, and I don't necessarily think that I've got the acumen or skills in order to be able to. But some of you guys definitely do have, and I really want you to utilize that, please, because the images that I see are banged on earlier, I think, about shamanic revival. And again, that is kind of name dropping in case you are watching, but it's not in terms of that particular outfit, but it is in terms of the visions I see are not fucking good at the moment. Now that's outside of my nightmares, which are not fucking good at the best of times. But when I have visions, I am not seeing good things, which is bad. Obviously, no shit. Well, fortunately, as yet, only some of my visions have come to fruition. I'm happy to say, because literally since God, that's a fucking word in our language I hate. But from my late teens, early 20s, I started to get visions of end of the world, how it was going to come about. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to go into it, to be honest, because it's fucking. It's only as traumatic as I allow it to be, because do I choose to look at it or don't I? But in terms of the recollections, or if you like, the flashbacks, I have loads of visions. There's a lot of beautiful colours, but there was also a lot of suffering that went alongside, and I'm seeing that right now. And it feels like we're going towards the ultimate, and I can't. I mean, part of me is like, Give me a deck chair. 15 minutes of me waffling. All right. So have a good one. Love, light, and positivity. If you guys are collaborating this year or next year or the year after, I would urge a lot of you to think about going down the Bob Villain route of potentially ruining your existing career. Well, not necessarily Bob Villain route, because it has got the potential to backfire. But be clever about getting a message across or getting the message across. But ultimately, what is the message? Maybe that escapes me. Maybe that's part of my issue. Yeah. Because anyway, love, light, positivity. Smile on your sister, smile on your brother. Let's get there together. All right. And be as one. Pretty much. Bye for now.